Remember that guy who said he's starting a YouTube channel over the age of 40? Yeah, that guy. Well, I'm back, and I'm back with my first week's review on how things have been going for me. I wanted to start a 101-day challenge to myself to improve 1% each day. So let's have a look how the first 7 days have been. The first thing I want to say is it's turned out to be a lot harder than I thought it would be. Coming up with the idea and talking about it was much easier than the actual doing. This week has been a roller coaster of a ride. It's friggin' hard, man. Most days I don't know if I'm coming or going. And a lot of the time, nothing works how you think it's going to work. So let's have a look how this first week's went. Let's start at the beginning, day one. The day started out as per normal. I wake up, I write in my self-coached journal, I have a cup of coffee, I take my dog for a walk, I clean the apartment. Then I start thinking about getting into this process, what things I need to accomplish first. The first task was to write a script for the introduction to this challenge. So I sit down and I start writing and things are going well. I'm very happy with what I'm writing. I'm thinking that this is going to be the greatest script in the world. I'm starting to think about recording it and how great it's going to be. And then I off on a million-mile tangent of all the great things that I'm going to achieve during this 101 days. By the end of the day, I think I've written the greatest script in the world. I should be sending this out to a Hollywood production team. This is the best damn script ever written. So I finished the day off in a very positive note, and I'm excited to again go back to my self-coached journal and write about the great accomplishment of writing the great script. So day one was successful. Day one, I felt good about it. Then day two rolls around. I go through the same morning routine. And I decide that today I want to expand my knowledge and I want to consume some content. I want to learn from some smarter people. And I came across this creator, Dan Keogh, and I really resonated with what he was saying. 4 hours later, I'm still sitting on the couch watching and consuming everything that Dan has put out for the last year. And I'm thinking I've had the most productive day in the world. I'm really getting things done here. Kind of turns out that I was just keeping busy, but not being productive. And I realized that later on in the day, or by this stage, it's nighttime, and the day is just about done for me. So by the time day three rolls around, I've gone through my morning routine, I'm feeling good, I'm about to take on the day, and I think I need to revisit that script because I read somewhere or heard someone say that you should leave it a day or two before you go back to your script just to come at it with a fresh set of eyes. So I go back and I look at this greatest script that I've ever written on Monday and read it and discover that it's not that great. It's nothing like I want to say. It's got nothing to do with the message that I want to portray, or it's not really honest. I'm trying to write it as a third person, like it's not me. I'm writing out something for someone else to play or for a character that I want to be. There's nothing real about it. So back to the drawing board, script rewrites. So here we are, 3 days into the journey where the main goal for me is to get on camera, get comfortable on the camera, learn how to speak more. And as I know, the only way that I can do that is by doing it. So for 3 days, I've avoided doing it. Again, being busy, but not really moving the needle too far forward. Day four rolls around and I have the realization, oh, I'm way behind. I haven't even set up the camera. I haven't even practiced. Or let's just forget about the camera. I haven't even read this script out aloud. I haven't even practiced hearing my own voice. I've even avoided doing that. So I realized by this point, I'm not quite hanging in there. I'm not quite getting to the nitty gritty of things. I'm not doing exactly what I said I wanted to do. I'm still avoiding things. Day five rolls around. I'm supposed to be recording today. So then I have a bit of time to start the editing process. I'm nowhere near ready to record. I go back to the script. I'm rewriting the script. I'm telling myself, no, it's not ready yet. I have to get this perfect. This has to be, I'm starting this. I have to come out of the block strong. And the more I'm telling myself this, the more angry, the more disappointed. There's a range of emotions that I'm going through because I'm not doing half the things that I should be doing. I'm not going through the mess. I'm just trying to avoid it still. So I'm happy that I've caught that in the first week and I realized what I was doing. And I think that I was rather hard on myself because I do think that I did improve that 1%. Maybe not each day, but I do believe that I'd started to focus on the wrong things or the negative side of things, the things that I wasn't doing. I didn't put any sort of intention on the things that I had did, even just by recognizing those mistakes after 3 or 4 days. Well, mistakes might be the wrong thing, but the behaviors that I'd performed over the first 3 or 4 days, recognizing that and then fixing them and then getting back on track. I hadn't taken those into account as positives. Another interesting takeaway was how tired I was after each day. Mentally tired, not physically tired. And I soon realized that my brain's been on holidays for far too long. And another thing that I came to realize during the recording process was that I'm not perfect. I'm not going to be perfect. I'm going to make mistakes, have some fun with those mistakes, and let them go. And I did. And I thought that was fine during the recording process up until I started to do the editing, where those mistakes came back and they weren't fun no more. So here's my key takeaways for the past 7 days. Number 1, perfection is the enemy of progress. But the real enemy is not starting, making yourself busy without being productive, getting stuck in the script writing process, watching other creators and telling yourself that you're learning, kind of making excuses because you're not doing anything. Number 2, sooner or later, you have to bite the bullet and hit that record button. All the planning means nothing if you don't take action. And the third thing, the hardest part isn't the technical stuff. It's that inner voice that you have to fight that's constantly telling you, you're too old for this, you're not good enough, it's not going to work. Your brain has 1,000,001 ways that it'll tell you that. Not yet. You're not ready yet. Your script's not perfect. Just keep working on what you're working on. Don't take that next step. You're not ready for it. Yeah. The mental game is strong. But at the end of the week, I did record my videos. So I'm very proud of that. So what's coming up for week 2? Let's have a quick look and see what I'm going to focus on this week. Taking action. And that starts with changing the story in my head. As Dr. Joe Dispenza says, change your thoughts, change your life. So to help me along with this journey, I want to be inspired by people who have been my age or even older and have completely changed their career paths or done something extraordinary at the end.